a flip of the coin, if you like. So the melee was very squishy, go in, do a ton of damage and get out. This is about staying at a distance, literally getting the damage in at a distance, and then when you feel like it's safe enough, go in for the combo. Everything about this build is lightning effect and lightning damage. Alright, enough said, let's get into it. Alright, first of all, weapons. We have the Unending Battle, which we, of course, Gladiator's Wrath. Hitting an enemy at point blank range increases weapon and melee damage by 110% for 5 seconds. As you can see, we've got the +3 javelin damage. Most importantly for this build, we've got the +18% damage elemental. We've also got the physical damage, which is also good. The ammo +3 pickup amounts, neither here nor there, but in general, we're looking at the +18 elemental damage for our lightning build, which is pretty good. So I'm happy with that. Next up, we're using the Thunderbolt of Avenya. This, to me, is one of the things that where I've placed the build around this weapon. So this weapon has a 33% chance to deal large electric damage. We have on it, for this gear only, critical +15% damage, repair +30% drop rate, and I will tell you why that's important later on in the build. We've got the physical damage, weapon magazine size. Again, it's not the best roll, but I was looking more importantly at the repair +30%. Going on to the assault system, we have a Ranieri's Charge. So this again is pretty good from a DPS standpoint, because defeating an enemy recharges Spark Dash. Can occur once every 5 seconds. You know, that to me is pretty good. So this roll, I was quite happy with it. So we got the R1 +15% damage, which is going to help us a lot for combos when we do feel it's safe to go in there. We got the +18% force, which is actually pretty good, knocking the enemies out of the air, or if they're standing up, knocking them on the floor. Then we can back away once they're knocked down and get in some damage with the Avenya. We got the marksman rifle damage, and we got the overall javelin damage. Happy with that roll. For the support system, we are running just a normal target beacon. I think if you're making a Interceptor build, target beacon is pretty much the way to go. If you're running something else, I think you're not getting value for money with the other ability, personally. Anyway, we got the L1 20% damage, which was the main thing I was looking for at this sort of, you know, it's as good as we can get from what I've, you know, rolled so far. So the strike system, we are running the legendary Kareth's Talon. Instantly restores 35% health after defeating an enemy. This to me was pretty good for survivability. So we've got the gear speed, the 28% speed for the javelin, which is pretty good. The assault rifle, 20% pickup amount. It's not really that great. So we went with the 38% luck, and again the L1 damage, the 25% there. So there's some good aspects of that roll, and also some not too bad ones. So we're going here. I'd like to explain these components. So I had someone ask me recently why I'm not using all Masterwork components, and the reason for that is because on epic components, especially some of the ammo components in particular, I found that the rolls are far more fundamental from getting DPS out of the build. Yes, it's okay, and I'm not saying it's not okay to run all Masterwork components, but currently the amount of Masterwork components that I have, they don't have decent enough rolls to put enough of a plus side to this build. Anyway, so we'll go on. Assault rifle ammo component. You know, the component itself, not so much. We were more looking towards the elemental +15% damage. The symbiotic surge, This is the one that, again, I said I'd explain previously when I was going over the Avenia. We've got increases all damage by 50% for 10 seconds when picking up a repair pack. So that's where that Avenia perk comes in. So we pick up a repair pack, and 50% for 10 seconds is a long time, and it gives you enough time to get in there and get some serious damage done. So we roll quite well on this ability as well. So the R1 plus 20% damage, the marksman rifle plus 20% damage as well. We've got conductive lattice, you know, performing a small melee hit streak, 3 detonates an electric explosion. Again, not the greatest of rolls on this, but we got the 35% luck, which I'm happy with. The ability, the component itself without the roll is just fine. We've gone for the Talisman of Power as well, due to, you know, just the any R1 hit increases L1 damage by 50% for 5 seconds. So us going in there when it's safe to do our combo, it really helps get some damage in and finish them off, which then triggers our refresh on our ability. We've gone for the conductivity augment, increases electric damage. Basically, the reason I've done this is I wanted to double stack just for our Invenia and our abilities. And then we've gone for a shield reinforcement, and the reason we've done that is because we got the +2 javelin damage and the elemental damage of +13%. Not only that, is it gives us quite a bit of survivability with this. Alright, so what we're going to do, we are going to run Tyrant Mine, and I'm going to show you exactly what this build can do. We are approximately hitting, with our Avenia, we are hitting for a lightning damage of anywhere between 12 to 16k. Maybe even 17k if all the buffs are working at the same time. So the base damage isn't too bad, it is average. But the actual impact of the lightning, when it procs, it's enough to melt any shield and to, yeah, absolutely melt any opponent. Not only that, is our abilities combined with that, it just really works. Alright. Alright guys, here we are. We're going to select Tyrant Mine. We're going to go in. Again, we're not going to do any consumables, just because it impedes the build a little bit. It kind of uplifts all the damage a bit, which is always a good thing, but I want to show you guys the raw build itself. If I were to run consumables, again, I would personally go for 2 lightning sigils, and I'd probably hit in there a marksman rifle sigil as well. But nonetheless, let's go. video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. As I said before in the previous video, I stream full-time on twitch.tv/Wealthytramp89. But as for now, that's it from me. I'll catch you guys later.